y'all, welcome back to my channel. I know, it's been a while. It has been 2 weeks since I posted a video. It's been like 4 weeks since I filmed a video, so this feels very, very, very odd. And I apologize that it's been so long, so I'm going to explain that for you. Today I'm going to give you a life update, and I'm also going to do a little bit of an on your shelf tag. So this year, in general, I've been pretty inconsistent in my YouTubing. In January, I did pretty good. I was gung-ho with my YouTubing goals. And then February, as I expected, things kind of dissipated in that gung-ho-ness because February was probably the busiest month of all busy months. If you didn't know, in February, my fiance Manny embarked on his directing debut. He's been working on putting on The Tempest through his university for quite a few months. February was the month where that dream came to fruition, and we had family flying in from across the country every weekend the show was going. It was just nonstop for a couple of weeks there, and it was so exciting, so much fun, but it took up a lot of time. Obviously, a lot of time leading up to that was hectic as well, but it was really hectic when things were happening. Also in February, I interviewed for a new job and I got it, which was amazing. So I've been working at my new job these last few weeks, and it has been an adjustment. I've been full-time for a long time, so it's not like working 40 hours a week was an adjustment, but my new job has different hours, is farther away, and gives me less time to read books during my lunch. I still have the same amount of lunch break, but it's just harder to get in that reading during lunch now, and the hours are bonkers. Wonderful, but bonkers. I start at 7, I end at 4. I'm still adjusting to that. It's actually amazing getting off at 4, but when I have to leave my house at 6:30, it's far less amazing. All of those things were super hectic and definitely took all of my time and zapped it. But what really made it impossible for me to post new content was the fact that my technology just stopped working. I got a new camera, which is like the best thing ever. It's beautiful. I love it so much. And my computer decided to stop working. And I had this moment of panic where I was like, oh my God, should I not have spent that money on a camera? Should I have bought a new computer? I was able to get my computer fixed. It took a little bit of repairs and a tiny bit of upgrades, but far cheaper than replacing a Mac. So I'm very grateful for that. And it's up and running, and I'm really excited to finally get new content up for you, especially with this new camera. I hope you like the quality. I also got my hair cut, which is kind of cool. I like it. I hope you like it, but if you don't, it's my hair, so who cares? Hair and care rhyme. That's why I was laughing, in case you didn't. Okay, moving on. But with all of the craziness and the tech issues, it hasn't just been that I've been disinvolved in posting videos and getting new content up for you guys. I've also just been disconnected from the community. I have not commented on videos. I have not watched videos. I haven't been on Twitter very much since starting my new job because I used to be on Twitter at my job. Can't do that anymore, except I can, but I can't. It's complicated. I work in social media, so technically I'm on Twitter all day, but not my Twitter. I haven't even been replying to your guys' comments, which is something I'm gonna fix tonight. And that's really the sad part, is that being a part of this community is my favorite part of BookTube. And being creative and reading books and talking about books is really fun, and I love all of that, but it's just meeting you guys and talking to you guys about something that I'm passionate about, you're all passionate about. That's the best part of this for me, so feeling disconnected from the community is so horrible, and I'm so excited and so glad to be back. But without further ado, let's get into the On Your Shelf video. Every book has 2 stories, is the idea. The story that you've read and internalized, and the story of how you got it and your interaction with it. Alright, so I am going to my Twitter and grabbing, I have it on night mode in case you're wondering why it's black. Alright, we have 4 and 8.
So I'm going to say shelf 1, shelf 2, shelf 3, shelf 4. And the book 8 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So shelf 4, book 8 is Cress, which is the 3rd book in the Lunar Chronicles series. This is a 4-book series, but it also has 2 companion novellas along with it, and a spin-off graphic novel series. This world is expansive, and it's fantastic. This is a set of fairy tale retellings, very much beloved on the BookTube, so you probably know what it's all about. But in case you don't know, the first book is called Cinder and it follows Cinderella. Each of our books continue on following different characters and different retellings, but they're all set in the new world. This world is New Beijing and it is futuristic and sci-fi and fantastic. Cress is a retelling of Rapunzel, and this was kind of the turning point in the series for me. If you've read and thought they were good, but not great, not phenomenal, keep going to Cress. And I urge you to keep going to Winter unless you just really didn't like it. Because Winter was this point for me when I was like, oh my god, these are the best books ever. And Cress was the point in the series where I was like, oh my gosh, these books are so much better than I thought. I'm so much more invested in these characters than I thought I was. So, yeah, good stuff. Next up is Shelf 5, Book 14.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Shelf 5, Book 14 just happens to be The Rest of Us Just Live Here by Patrick Ness. This is a book I haven't read. The concept of this book is really what sucked me in and sold me because it was actually a book idea I had, but not quite. But the idea of this story is that it is set in a world where there are chosen ones, there are ones who have to go on a quest, but it follows those who are not the chosen ones. So it's a contemporary story talking about how some things are still important, even if they're not like saving the world important, I think. I don't know, like I said, I haven't read this book. Fun thing about this book is that it was one of the books Manny and I did judging a book by its cover for, which was the only video Manny's ever been in. You guys want to see Manny in videos? Comment down below because I'm trying to convince him to do that, and your comments would probably persuade him. Maybe not, but we can try. But yeah, my first ever story idea that I ever wanted to write, like a novel, was following like descendants or siblings or best friends of chosen ones. So when I heard the concept of this idea, I was like, damn, but it sounds so good, I must read it. Haven't read it yet. One day. Next up we have 615.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8, 9, 10. Oh, okay.
Shelf 6, Book 15 is Exit West by Mohsin Hamid. I'm so sorry for pronouncing that, most likely wrong. This is a book I'm so excited to read. I got this as part of Book of the Month. It is about two characters who come from different sides of the world, not physically, but like ideologically. Where they are in the world is splintering off into a civil war, and they're amidst bombs and war and craziness, and they're trying to figure out how their life continues in the midst of this, and it just sounds very present and current and important. And every review I've read of it has said that it's very present, current, and important, so I'm very excited to read this. But I did just get this, so I have not read it yet. I promise I've read some of the books on my shelf. Hopefully the next one will be one that I've read. Next up we have 312.
1, 2, 3.
Shelf 3, Book 12 is The Fifth Wave by Yancey. This is the first science fiction book I ever read. The first time I was like, huh, maybe aliens aren't so bad. This is a futuristic, apocalyptic story about the world after an alien invasion. The aliens have invaded in 5 waves. What I love so much about this book is it touches on the psychology of post-apocalyptic worlds and how people kind of deal with the ramifications of that. Very in the vein of The Walking Dead. I don't watch The Walking Dead anymore, but that's what I really liked about The Walking Dead when I was watching it, is that it's really examining how people would react in that situation. That's what this book kind of does for me. That's what I love about it. Also, it has this really cool mystery aspect. It's great. I'm currently reading the 3rd and final book in this trilogy. Finally. So that's great. I also have met Yancey, so this book is signed, as is all of the trilogy. And I love when people sign with a silver Sharpie, so yay. And I feel like this video is getting quite long, so I'm gonna cut it off there. That is all for today's video. So if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. And if you're happy I'm back, give it a thumbs up. And if you're not happy I'm back, give it a thumbs up. Just thumbs up all around. Subscribe if you haven't already, because that always makes my day. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.